effect. Let's get ourselves lined up on our socials. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Facebook looking good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, Facebook is back in action. Let's see what's going on here on IG. Page is delayed. Let me see. Twitter is good. YouTube is good. Twitch is good. We're 4 for 5. All right, all right. Okay, so we're back, folks. Yes. Some technical difficulties. Snowstorm here in the Northeast. So the power, like, it's like, what the heck? The power went out. Unfortunately, came right back on. It's brick cold out here. You don't want to be without power. You do not want to be without power. So, yes, very fortunate to get that right back on. And so we can get right back into the mix. Let my brother know who's out west. He might be jumping back on. Folks are doing what they have to do. Yes, indeed. Give these a thumbs up. And away we go. Okay. So we're talking previous game, Patriots and Texans. Patriots going ahead, and they will match up against the Denver Broncos. We have the Bears and the Rams locked in a good one, 7-7. 5 minutes to go in the second. Duking it out. Another snow game. Cold, brisk, right, in the Windy City. And so we're going to be following this quite closely. Yesterday, the Seattle Seahawks handled business. Okay. Beatdown of the San Francisco 49ers, and the Broncos escaped. 4 turnovers they did force of the interception variety, and one kind of down the stretch. That game, some critical calls were decisive, right? We talked about a catch that was ruled an interception, or incomplete pass that was ruled an interception, an interception that was not an interception. that's firm language. I'm not going to, that's declarative language. It's unnecessary. An interception that has come under review, I think is a good way to say that. Interception that's come under review. And then some pass interference calls that, also had some questions attached. One of those was pass interference. Okay, do you call this one and not that one, rather than calling them both? Okay, that's a subject that we can kind of get into, right? But we're locked into the Bears and the Rams right now, so let's play the hits, as they say, and go from there. We're staying in the NFL. Obviously, got the college football championship tomorrow to dive into, and then number of proposed trades, possible trades, demanded trades vis-a-vis the NBA, right? So let's go ahead and dive into the Bears and the Rams.
Dre, what up?
We are back. Yeah, the power flicking on and flicking came back on, went off and came back on. So I had to wait a little while for everything to reset. But it did. All right, so any concluding thoughts on Patriots? Because let's make sure that we can see everybody.
We took care of business like we were supposed to, and now it's time to go to Denver and show Denver that we are the best team in the AFC, like we've been waiting to do.
All right, so you've been hungering for this matchup.
Hungering for this matchup all season.
Yes, indeed. Been chomping at the bit. Let me just talk to. Just check in here. And so Patriots, Broncos, mano y mano. Let me just see. Just touch base.
Oh!
Let me just. Let me just say tomorrow or. Let me see. Just check. This is not great. Just not great program, but I had this one. Just wanted to get back. Wanted to get back to folks. A lot of football going on. All right, enough is enough. We got to lock in. We got a lot going in. And we're looking at the current matchup between the Bears and the Rams. Let's go ahead and lock in. Yes, sir. All right, so for starters, who is a better quarterback today, Caleb Williams or Matt Stafford? Not in
Matt
5
Stafford
years,
just
but
had
today,
an
right now.
MVP like season.
Right, Stafford's MVP.
Yeah.
But Caleb Williams is the golden child. Right?
I wouldn't say
So
the golden
Stafford,
child.
yeah, he's the transcendent player that's going to, Patrick Mahomes 2.0. Right?
Drake May better than Caleb Williams.
That's a new take. And that's a strong take. Certainly yourself as a Patriots fan.
That's the numbers.
Drake May's had a better season than Caleb Williams. But not very many people would have said Drake May was better than Caleb Williams going into the season.
Okay.
All right. Now,
moving forward, people are going to say Drake May is better than Caleb Williams.
Okay.
Yes.
I can see that and respect that. I'm asking who's the better quarterback pound for pound, Matt Stafford or Caleb Williams? Caleb Williams with his potential, who he is becoming, and Matt Stafford, who he is now.
My answer was we're not harping on that word potential when Matt Stafford just won the MVP. That I don't want to hear that. We're talking about an MVP potential. No, MVP meaning most valuable player to his team right now.
In this moment, this second.
In this moment, in this second, Matt Stafford is better. Yes.
Okay. But can Caleb Williams keep pace with the reigning MVP and steal this game or win this game? Because the game's in Chicago. I don't know about stealing. And I don't know what the weather is.
I was about to say, there's no stealing. It's the playoffs.
Right.
There's no stealing, nothing. And yeah, the Bears can win. It's in Chicago.
It's brick cold. It's snowing. Warm weather team.
He's playing at home. And usually the home team is favored. So
let's take a look at their stats. Because Caleb Williams, by all accounts, he's balled this year.
Oh yeah, he had a great year.
Yeah, and Matt Stafford is Matt Stafford's the MVP, but Caleb Williams is.
You got other quarterbacks balled out too. Drake May had a better year than Caleb Williams, so I know, but that's the true statement.
Okay. Suffice to say that both teams are rolling, right? Suffice to say.
Yes.
Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Can Caleb Williams get the Bears to this? Can Caleb Williams get the Bears to the Super Bowl?
I don't think that if they can beat the Seahawks, no.
So the NFC is going through the Seahawks. One of these two teams has to play out of their mind going into Seattle to win that game.
Yeah.
Okay. The Rams have locked horns. The Rams are quite familiar with the Seahawks.
Yes, they are.
So, that's going to be third time's a charm. Check the schedule. I'm not sure if the Bears matched up against the Seahawks this year.
I don't think they did.
Bears defense, can it be trusted?
The Bears, I honestly think the Bears are going to win this game. Right now, I think the Bears can win this game. Tie game. Bears are dry. Bears can win this game.
Yeah. Started off with the INT on the first possession. Right at the ship. Tied this bad boy up. A lot of folks are talking about the Rams as the prohibitive favorite to win it all. Like, where is that conversation gone? Why aren't the Rams being looked at as the, only team with a Super Bowl winning player, the MVP? It's one MVP and what? Now, all right, Sam Darnold, no MVP and no, but Sam Darnold has the experience. Drake May is new to this. Jared Stidham is a fish out of water. So I'm wondering why people, and no doubt Chris is watching the game right now and not able to be, on the stream because he's locked in with the other Rams fandom, watching the ball game. Might see Chris after the game. But yeah, does experience count for nothing? Is this a game that is consistent with the 49ers going into Philly and hurting my heart and beating the Eagles? Is this what we're looking at?
Yep. That's what it's looking like.
Yeah. Except the Bears have not been known for their dysfunction throughout the course of this season. Bears have been known for coming together, unifying behind Ben Johnson. Caleb Williams finally starting to show his potential. This is a tricky game because the Bears have already overachieved. If they lose this guy, obviously you want to get greedy.
That's what I was about to say. Bears fans are cool if they win or lose this game. They are completely happy with the season.
Right. They're back in the conversation. Some would say they stole that game from Green Bay last week. But Bears are playing with house money. Rams have had some expectations. They got out of the gates fast. They were, the cream of the crop in the NFC, if not the league. Sean McVay has been down this road before. It's interesting. People talk about Kyle Shanahan as if he's won a Super Bowl and Sean McVay hasn't. Like the way that, and this is kind of, Sean McVay is a Super Bowl winning coach. Right?
Yep.
That has completely revamped this team. Where the heck is Aaron Darnold? Where the heck, it's like a completely different team than when he took the team in the Super Bowl with Jared Goff, which is a number of years ago. I get that. But I'm just saying this team, I don't see a lot of holdouts or stalwarts from the other Super Bowl team. I see a whole new crop of guys that he has coached up, into Super Bowl grade. Speaking of which, I think, I don't know if we know how much Sean McVay makes a year. I think it's undisclosed. Undisclosed amount. Is reportedly around $15 million per year. I guess Andy Reid's a $20 million guy.
Yeah.
Deservedly so with all of his Super Bowls, all of his championships. So critical possession, 3rd and 4. Bears driving. Out of field goal range. No good. Looks like the Rams are going to get another shot. Okay. This game, I got to say, advantage Rams. Going for the field goal. Gentleman's from Sao Paulo, Brazil. I said out of field goal range. I was dead wrong. 48 yards. It's inclement weather, but still.
Oh, yeah, that's good. He drilled it.
All right.
That's big.
See if the Rams can drive down the field and even this thing up.
That's big.
This game, different than the Patriots matchup against the Broncos. because you have strength versus strength with 2 Pro Bowl level quarterbacks. But as I said before, Caleb Williams is playing with house money. No expectations to be here. A lot of people having to, take those receipts and those previous Caleb Williams takes and revise, them, take some accountability. I've been a little bit, hard on Caleb Williams. Never a huge fan of his. But he's turned the tide of that conversation. I gotta say, more, the pressure is on Stafford and the Rams, and particularly Stafford, right? Who you just hear a lot of folks. What's going on, Chris? Yes. We knew you were locked into this game. So welcome in. We are where we are, 10-7 Bears, evenly matched. Aesthetically, what I'm saying is that Caleb Williams can, now obviously, if he has a 4 interception game, and he plays very poorly, i.e. CJ Stroud or Josh Allen, he's going to be rightly criticized. But if he plays a decent game, gives the Bears a chance to win, that's going to be looked at as an overall success. Matt Stafford, this is a game that he needs to win to get a little bit more respect and credibility. Matt Stafford's a lot like Sam Darnold from the standpoint of consistent winner. Congratulations to the Patriots. You can send that out to the Patriots fan in the conversation. The person who said the Patriots are going to be in this position, there was one of us who said the Patriots are not going to win more games than the Browns at the beginning of the journey. That person is not currently located in Arizona. But relative to the Patriots, Chris, I'm going to just be clear. It's a trap game against the Broncos without their quarterback. They have to win this game. Not might, not need, they have to win. And Denver's no joke. Obviously, they have the home field advantage.
Come on.
Right? So, that is what it is. Hello, we got an Emma appearance.
Bring right on.
An Emma appearance on SandCity Sports. The crowd goes wild. Very cool. Is Emma going to hang out in the... She has a number of PlayStations. Hello, everybody. Welcome to SandCity Sports, Emma. Hello.
I feel like your camera's like dirty.
Oh, Emma, I did not. She didn't agree.
She wasn't crying because you took something out of her hand.
Okay. She didn't agree with my...
She didn't agree with your Patriots take. Cleveland Browns better record.
Okay. Yes, yeah. I got it. Let me just let you didn't agree with the tape. Just let him know the time worked better. So Chris, how are you feeling about this game looks like it's going to go down to the wire as we've seen. Can Stafford come out, win the game, be the MVP, change the narrative about him. Let's see. I'll be there. Let them know. Just connecting with cousin Josh, who's out here keeping our roads clean, with this snow that we got going on. So he's gonna have a long night out there.
Y'all getting a good amount of snow?
Yeah. And shout out, we got to give a shout out to Josh Jr. scoring his 1,000th point. We're gonna get him up on the screen before we get up and out of here. Just talking about local hoops. We got a couple hoop conversations to have relative to free agency, and then also, did you play against Durfee when you were your years at Barnstable?
The baby that came in.
Yes. Yeah.
And the mom and the.
You played against Durfee?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I had a little. Me and that point guard used to have some good battles, actually.
Good battles.
Good battles.
Chris with the stat jazz.
I don't know if stat jazz.
I don't know. I don't know if that's going to help Matt Stafford in terms of how he's perceived.
Okay.
He played in the dome in Detroit. Plays in the dome in LA. The numbers are the numbers. So, 13 games under 500. It's a rarity. He's got to get it done. Right? And this is one of the things where, the MVP, it's an even, and they're driving, by the way. So they're going to either tie the game or go ahead. As you can see, he's got 2 more opportunities, 2 more cracks at it. So we're looking at a tie game or, the Rams leading. Right? The Rams, to me, strike me as just a complete team. They're just a well-coached, complete team with 2, right? Is their defense, I'm not hearing their defense is overwhelming in the same breath that I'm hearing the people talk about the Seahawks defense or the Texans defense. They have a stout defense, and they have a consistent offense, with the league MVP. All right, so it looks like we're going into the break. That was second down. All right, one more crack at it, or was that third down? Second down.
You done?
Right? What narrative is better? What narrative is better for? And by the way, I don't think the NFL gets into this, right? Storylines and narratives. I think in the NFL, it's like the best, the NFL, it may be because the league is so profitable, they can have small market teams win.
Emma, you gotta knock me over.
Stafford not even trying to, these are just.
Don't knock Mama over.
These are just thrown.
Throw out the back of the end zone shots.
Yeah. So I don't think they needed to run all those verticals.
No.
You missed it. Oh no, you didn't.
Right.
I thought you missed it.
I thought they could have run a couple. Those passes were not even close to being completed. So that's one where why don't you just run a slant to try to get some yards? They played it too safe there for me.
Stronger.
Right?
You run a slant there, you end up like Seattle. So you just play it safe, take the points.
All right. Rather than going on the inside and possible interception.
Well, they don't have any timeouts.
There you go.
So it's either got to be in the end zone or.
All right, I
get
stand
back in the end
corrected.
zone.
I stand corrected.
Thank you for closing that. Thank you. Close it. Close it. Close it. Close it.
All right.
Good girl.
So we go into the halftime. We go into the half tied. Bro, predictions? Are you pro Bear, pro Ram?
I go Bears winning a thriller.
Bears in a thriller, home field advantage.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with the experience. Even though, I mean, how many times have we seen Rams and Seahawks, right? So, that might not be the game the NFL or the people want to see again. The more appealing game is the boy wonder, Mr. Caleb Williams versus the grizzled veteran, who people keep passing on, Mr. Sam Darnold. I think that's but again, NFL, you get what you get. So I'm going to say advantage Rams with the experience on the road to try to counteract that 2-15 statistic, which is, like climbing up a wall.
Yep.
That's what I'm going to say. Okay. So we shall come back to this.
You see a children's song?
What am I hearing? All sorts of movement going on. You have anything further, bro? Are you?
Not much, man. I just pretty gassed out from the Patriots game, man.
I can imagine. I can imagine that was you were locked in.
Overly
You
excited.
can wipe your camera off. You see how
Really
foggy
excited?
that is?
I like it like that.
What?
Adds in the face.
Alrighty. So we're gonna shift gears at the half. We're gonna talk a little bit of NBA because we have some trades that are in the mix. No, check that. We're gonna stay with football, and we're gonna go to college football. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump over to college football, talk about Indiana versus the U, which is gonna kick off tomorrow, and then we'll move through this game down to the wire, see how it plays out. We'll do the post game on the Bears, Rams, and then we'll dive into the NBA writ large with a number of things to get into. All right, bro, we're going to go college football. Cignetti Cristobal.
I want you to think they can. I don't know, man. Indiana is a well-oiled machine this year, so.
They are a well-oiled machine.
But after all this time off, who knows what team you get? They haven't played. They got to fix that.
All right. Hold on. Let's get it up. Indiana. Yes, sir. How we living? Oh, dang. All right, we're 0 for 1. Let's try the next one. Got to get our art lined up. This is a good one. They say action. Acrobatimov. We are at the half. Yes, sir. We have the imagery lined up. We are talking Hoosiers, Canes. Hoosiers, Canes, folks. All right. And on this one, and again, feel free, folks, to jump in with we're at the half of the NFL game. So we're going to preview our college football game. Let me just go around, see how folks are doing out here in television land. I appreciate B Mills checking in with SandCity. It means a lot. Appreciate you very much on the IG check-in.
That's that high.
My brother is with us. He is multitasking, Mr. Dad. We appreciate that very much. Appreciate him checking in with us as he's taking care of his multiple responsibilities. Bro, do you have something, or are you still? I understand you're doing a couple things. Not right now?
No, I'm good. 1 second.
Okay, you got it. You got the time. All right, folks. Look, and again, my bro, Mr. Dad, very proud of him. Okay, we got his daughter, my niece. It's a beautiful thing. So he's doing the dad life thing, and he's making time to be on the program. So it's great. Folks out there in television land, Emma stops by, says hello. The next generation checking in with us. Super cool. But hey, you guys out there in television land, you guys want to jump in, say hello, so on and forth. We appreciate it.
Are you crispy? You don't love me.
Everything good? Yep.
You don't love me anymore, huh?
Everything is good in the Western. Okay. This game, to me, so excited. So glad that we're going to have a new national championship from a different conference, right? Even though the Big Ten did take it last year with Ohio State. But do we really think about Indiana as being, right? Obviously, they're in the Big Ten, but they're not your traditional Big Ten power. Michigan, Ohio State, Wisconsin, Penn State, right? These are the new kids on the block. Love it. Cignetti, his new regime, the confidence, the swagger, leaning into being an underdog, having that something to prove, chip on his shoulder. It's very simple. Google me. No. It's very simple. I win. Hashtag Google me. Right? On the other side of the line, Miami, Mario Cristobal coming back to get it done for his homeland, leaving the Nike empire where he was very successful, all right, to come back to his hometown, the U, and restore them to their former glory, which hasn't taken place, frankly, since the early 2000s, all right? And I'm talking about, Jeremy Shockey and Frank Gore and, just like the new, right? The great running back, the great Ed Reed, right? Just talent on talent on talent on talent. Okay, so for the U to hand out, that to deliver that whipping to Ohio State, get them. I mean, and it was they won by double, but they beat them. Flat out just beat them. Ohio State didn't have nothing for them. Right? They beat them fair and square. That's not a great take. What am I saying? They beat Ohio State by double digits is what I'm saying. Okay, in the win, the thriller against Ole Miss. All right, you want to talk about BTA or BTB?
We
Bro,
back.
you got any takes on this? You want to jump
We
in?
back. We
You
back.
back?
What's up?
You know, how do you feel? Natty, you know, Hoosiers, Canes. What are your thoughts?
Hmm.
Where we at on this?
I feel like, Miami's gonna come play a hell of a game. I don't think they're gonna beat the Hoosiers though. It's just their year.
Okay, so this is
If it's
the
if it's
Hoosiers year.
close,
Miami,
Miami
who,
wins. If it's close, Miami wins. But if it's a blowout, then Indiana can easily win a blowout.
so Miami has to keep this in the margin.
Yeah.
The Hoosiers can put it on Miami. Can come in there and knock
Yes.
them out. Old school Alabama, just mollywop teams.
Yes.
Okay, I'm feeling that. To me, the game, if I'm not mistaken, is in Miami.
Game's in Miami.
So you got a natty, you got a home field advantage for a natty. Now, no two ways about it.
I wouldn't necessarily say home field advantage because Indiana's pulling up. Yeah.
They're gonna be in the building. They're gonna be in the building.
That's not necessarily, I would say, home field. Indiana will be in the Billy. So I'm not gonna. And he's from Miami, so grew up like right around the street, right around the corner from the stadium.
That Mendoza.
He's
Okay.
Cuban, isn't he?
Cubano. Cubano?
Yeah, he's Cubano.
Cubano, huh?
Cubano.
All right, I feel you.
Yes.
So, all right, so I agree. Bro, when it's been 80 years since you've won a Big Ten title, you gonna pull up.
That's what I'm saying. So
You pulling up. You pulling up. I know that, they would like
pulling up. So I'm not really concerned with that home field advantage and any of that. Indiana will be in the Billy.
They're gonna be in the
tenfold.
House. Yeah. I just think it would be cool for sports for the Indiana Hoosiers to win a national championship. So I've been on that. I've been on the Cignetti bandwagon. I'm not making two ways about it. I'm a bandwagon jumper. I didn't know who Cignetti was. I didn't know Indiana had a football team until they started winning. Okay? And like everybody else, you're just watching it. This can't continue. They can't continue to beat these blue bloods. But two things. NIL and transfer portal, as we all know, but that's for everybody. It's even, I can't put it on that because everyone's playing under the same Casino Royale, playing within the same Casino Royale framework, right?
College football is crazy right now. I don't even know.
It's out of control.
It's out of control.
But just within that cauldron, if you will, the Indiana Hoosiers of all teams are clearly the cream of the crop. They are a cut above. They beat Alabama 38-3.
Alabama's not Alabama no more, man.
But it's still Bama.
It's not though. But it's not though. It's not the Alabama.
I know Caleb DeBoer is not Nick Saban, but it's still Bama.
The SEC is not. The SEC is not who you think the SEC. With this NIL, it is a guns. It's an arms race. All right.
So you're saying the SEC talent, bro. You're saying the SEC talent is coming above the Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah, yes.
You're saying the down south talent is coming above the Mason-Dixon line.
When you have Mark Cuban, once I found out Mark Cuban was behind or investing in this Indiana team, I said, "Oh, it's a different ball game." He could throw.
So you're saying Indiana has Nike money. They got Daddy Warbucks money.
Indiana has Nike and somebody who cares.
Okay.
I mean, he got a
So
he
now
got
you're
a
putting
he
it
got
in a different
he got a
perspective.
Dallas chip during the Shaq era.
Yep.
So I mean, that's Indiana is the pure prime example of the way college sports is today. It's an arms race, and if you got billionaires in the room, you're gonna start winning some football games, and you could turn into Alabama in 2 to 3 years because that's just the way it works. It's pay to play now.
Okay.
This is what we asked for.
I don't know if we asked for it. I don't know. I don't know who asked for it, but this is what we got.
I don't know. I thought name and likeness, but yeah, I don't I didn't know that they were just gonna open up the floodgates and just no holds barred. It's literally like WWE in the 90s.
And we've said this. It's not the NIL. It's the transfer portal and it's the eligibility rules that have to change.
It's the transfer portal and the eligibility rules that are just
You
out of
can't.
the,
You
out
can't
of
be
this world.
28 playing college football. You
I
can't
mean,
be. You
Carson
can't.
Beck
We can't.
graduated two. They said Carson Beck graduated 2 years ago. So
Right. You got 4
you ain't
years,
talking
bro.
about class. That boy graduated 2 years. He probably graduated 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Class. He's at the stadium. He said it. I wake up. I go to the stadium.
Right. So college. I don't know where this whole idea of 6 years of eligibility. What? No. You get 4 years, bro. That's like a 21-year-old playing high school basketball. What are we doing? You get 6 years to play. It's high school basketball. You got 4 years of hoop dreams. Yes or no? Same thing, college. You got 4 years of.
I mean, so I mean, but prep school. I think prep school grayed out the lines for a lot of what's actually going on right now with players being 26, 27 years old playing college basketball.
Yes, but that's prep. Yes, prep schools have expanded. We can talk about this a little bit more. I obviously went to a prep school. I know all about what it means to gray shirt, repeat a year, or do a postgraduate year. Fine. But that's what college sports used to have. You got 5 years to do 4. You got 5 years to do 4, get 4 years of eligibility, and then hit the road. So it's not the NIL. These guys are getting money. They deserve the money. It's the transfer portal. You transfer once, then you have to sit your behind out. You get one transfer. And it used to be you got no transfers. We don't need to throw the baby, because that would be too much. I don't want to say guys can't transfer and make everybody sit out a year, even though that's not necessarily a bad thing with the money they're making. But let's be reasonable. You get one transfer, and then you're sitting out, period. So if a school wants to pay you $10 million, because you're the next, then you're going to sit out for a year and you get your $10 million next year. That'll cut down on all this, casino or musical chairs. That's 1. 2, stop all of this 6 years. It's 4 or 5 and 4. You got 5 years to do 4. Done. And then let's get the professional rules right. Get the professional rules right. We're going to come back because the Bears game's back on. A pro in Europe is not the same as a pro in the United States. Europe does not have high school or college basketball.
That's
They
what
just have
that's what I was trying to explain to somebody.
Right.
If you come
They
here
don't.
playing,
So it's not the same. It's not the
it's
same.
not the same.
A pro
It's
in Europe
nowhere
is not the
close.
same as a pro in America.
They go pro is like that's their school.
Right.
They go to they go to like a basketball school.
What they think of as pro is what we think of as IMG or as Montverde. Right? That's their pro. That's their development system. We don't look at a kid at IMG or Montverde as a pro, even though with this whole NIL stuff, they're probably, but fine. I don't have a problem with the kids making money. I do have a problem with the bad actors out there taking advantage of kids making money. That's always been the case since time immemorial. In grassroots or youth basketball, you have bad actors that swindle kids families, the whole 9 yards. All right. And you see it on the back end, when guys go broke and they tell their story, right? I'm not saying, like, I don't know, because, one of my good friends from prep school that I still keep in touch with, Demario Edens, played at UAB, went to the Elite Eight. But he's from Chicago. He used to talk about, Antoine Walker, played at Mount Carmel Catholic school in Chicago. Obviously, went to Kentucky, won a natty, NBA, played for the Celtics, made $100 million, lost $100 million.
I gotta get back to. I'll be
Gotta
back on
get
here
back to
later.
dad
Though.
life.
Yeah, I gotta get back to dad duties.
I
Being
appreciate you, man.
summoned.
Thank you for stopping by.
I am being
I'll
summoned.
be on for a minute, so you want to jump back on. We're here. Appreciate you, bro.
Okay.
We'll talk more. Patriots, AFC Championship game. Good stuff.
Yes, I'll be. I'm coming back on. I just gotta get some dad duties, then I'll be back.
You got it. We'll be here. Peace. All right, folks. We're gonna jump back into Bears, because that game is going on right now live. It's not the money, all right. It's the other things that you just right. NCAA, you were holding back on the money since time immemorial, and then once you finally lost that battle, you should have conceded 2 decades ago. Where the heck is Ed O'Bannon? Somebody give Ed O'Bannon a humanitarian award right now. EA Sports, it's in the game. That's 95. He wanted his money. Ed O'Bannon deserves something. He was telling you this 30 years ago, and you ostracized him. Okay, exiled him, all the rest of that stuff. It's finally been proven that he's been right all along, and Calipari's been right all along. Not the cheating on the SAT, Calipari, but giving these guys money that they deserve. That should have been the case. Okay? But NCAA just threw their hands up when they lost out on the money and just let everything else go hog wild. One transfer, and then you're done. And by the way, Calipari has been on this. Okay? And then 5 years to do 4. Get the heck out. And college sports can get back on track instead of this madness. Okay, I might as well go back and play it, now in my mind, you know what I mean? We got to get back on track. Okay, we coming back. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bears, Rams, battling. Got that one-handed. Yo, these Bears, man, these Bears. Hey, they getting free out here. DJ Moore. Yep, on my fantasy team. By the way, my fantasy team is we balling right now. I put some things in place where my lineups are consistent, and I'm getting dubs. Now I don't want to, because I was up 9-2. I'm not trying to drink. I'm not trying to jinx that. That might be why nobody wanted to jump on the program. The program, as they say in Pat McAfee, the program. Shout out to Pat McAfee. Like his show, man. We don't play hate, we congratulate around here. Because I'm handling business. I'll just leave it. I was up. I knew my lineup was set. I actually made an ad today. Put somebody else in, you know what I mean? Give me that little extra to make sure I get the dub. And then next week, my lineups are looking good. My fantasy people out there, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. When you don't set your lineups, you had a busy day. You had a good day. You was here. You was there. You was doing this. You was doing that. You was out there living, making it happen, daily grind. And you come home and you like, I forgot to set my lineups. Oh, man. That is just all right. So let's all right. We're gonna play the hits. We're gonna start with because Caleb is out here wheeling and dealing, so we got to speak on Caleb. We got to speak on Caleb. And we need to really put this in perspective. No, God. I thought I had it first. Let me see if I can get the second one. I don't like this shot. Dang on it. I had the image that I want, but it's going to make me do like 18 things. So let's see if we can break it down this way. Come on. All right. Some technical difficulties. We're gonna get it right though. We're gonna get it right. Another time he's messing with me. No. Now we're wasting time. All right, let's get our imagery right here. I'm having trouble with this shot for some unforeseen reason. All right, we got it right now. We're going to talk Caleb. Oh, goodness. It's killing the momentum. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. See what we got on this. See if it comports. Talk Caleb. Oh, good. We got it. And now I'm just staring off into the distance. Awful. Losing my concentration. I got it back. Let's go. Let's go. In terms of what's on the line today. Caleb Williams secures this victory. Puts on for his city, right? We coming home again. Do you think about me now and then? Hey, I'm coming home again. I'm coming, right? If he does it for his city tonight and launches the Bears into the NFC Championship game, is Caleb Williams the new Patty Mahomes? Is this the new Mahomes boy that we have in the NFL right now? With the Chiefs' prospects diminished, you know it, I know it. Okay? The first phase of the Patrick Mahomes era is over. Done. Okay, we all know that it was 10 years. It was a decade between chips for Tom Brady. He got 3, then he got himself 3 more. 3 or 4 more. All right. And those back 3 were up against some, right? The Seattle win, the Atlanta win, those, but they went to TB12. Okay, but it was a decade between. Right, folks? Not sure my screen a little bit. Hold on. Okay, there we good. We good again. Caleb Williams balls out, gets this dub, shines bright like many people thought he would when he comes into the NFL. Clear cut, undisputed number 1 overall pick, game changer. Is it his time now to replace the Patrick Mahomes, the Josh Allens, the Lamar Jacksons, the Joe Burrows, as that dude when it comes to NFL quarterbacks. Right? Joe Burrow's supposed to be that guy. When healthy, but that's it. When healthy. Best ability is availability. Joe Burrow, he's not consistently healthy. He hasn't been. Will he get healthier as he gets older? Excuse me. I think about, like, you want to compare him. It's like John Elway. I don't ever remember him being consistently injured. This is a question for Unc. Bears brought the house and put it on Mr. Stafford. Brought the house and put it on him. But you want to talk about John Elway ending his career with those 2 Super Bowls after he had to wait an entire career, right? Being a bridesmaid, and he goes out on top. But John Elway was out there running and gunning when in the old NFL, the Lawrence Taylor, Bruce, Smith, right? Reggie Jackson. That knocking people out NFL. That John Elway was a running quarterback in the knock you out NFL. Not this 2-hand touch. Can't land on a quarterback. Can't breathe on a quarterback. And again, some of these changes are just make sense. Quarterback is your most important position, most marketable. We need those guys out there. That doesn't help anybody. Them not having the people that everybody wants to see doesn't help anybody. But what I'm saying relative to the current quarterbacks that we have and who sits on the Iron Throne within that society is that Josh Burrow, he's always been injury prone. He's always been injured. So it looks like he's always going to be injured. As his career rolls on. Lamar this year, a step slower. Now, maybe those two can find a TB12 method and the fountain of youth and flashback as Tom Brady did. But as it currently stands, the premier quarterbacks are, and I don't throw Josh Allen is still, he can get out there and bust a move. He just got to stop throwing the ball to the other team. But who I've been saying, who's the number one, right? Who's the number one stunner? Right? Hold on a second here, man. We're going, right? What? Is Caleb the number one stunner right now? That's what I'm asking you. If he goes out and gets a dub, woo! Hey, twinkling, glisten. Hey! With the doing, hey! I'm saying if Caleb gets this dub, he's the what? Who? Caleb can be that. Well, what? Shout out to the big timers. I'm looking around the NFL right now, and I know. I'm not sleeping on anybody that plays in Foxborough. I'm not sleeping on them. I know the Patriots fans and people, if they tuned in, but people in the Commonwealth want to come at me. All I'm saying is, this is looking like a changing of the guard to me. if Caleb goes in here and outduels Stafford, you can't tell me people feel that. No. Who's more talented pound for pound? Yes, Stafford out of Georgia. He was the boy wonder. He's at the tail end. So he was the boy wonder a decade and change ago. Now Caleb's the boy. Times have changed. So Caleb is the boy wonder right now. Two very talented quarterbacks. They've been good. Matt Stafford, Texas boyhood legend, all that stuff. Fine. But, this is Caleb. I'm seeing him coming into his own again. The first, him and Drake had what they went through. They go through their first year. They come up under some strong leadership and they shining super bright. And the previous generation of woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? Joe Burrow broke through, got to his Super Bowl. Close, but the Rams had to take it. Lamar has not been able to break through, and we don't know what the heck is going to go on now with Lamar. There's big question marks with Lamar. Be careful what you wish for, right? What happened to Russell Wilson when Pete Carroll hit the road? Talk about let Russell cook. Get me the times on this. Russell Wilson never the same after he come up under Pete Carroll's leadership. Okay, Russell had a movement. He was a force. We don't know what the next iteration of Lamar's career is going to be because we're not sure what system he's going to be in and if he himself can be the system, which I have notable doubts for. I don't look at Lamar Jackson the same way as I do as a Peyton Manning, as I do as a Tom Brady, where the quarterback is the system. Jim Caldwell, good coach. Tony Dungy, good coach. They were co-coaching with Peyton Manning. Peyton, and again, Peyton Manning, Book of Manning, 5th year at Tennessee, you know what I mean? He come into the NFL with the PhD in quarterbacking. He came in with a PhD and was a PhD his whole career. Tom Brady, a little bit different, but had the red shirt year to learn, okay, the whole career of being, so Tom Brady's gonna work as hard as 4 or 5 men because he's been slept on his whole life. All right, and then became, the everybody's favorite. But his background is just that unheralded. You see the picture of Tom Brady's at the combine. Okay, looks like your roommate when you was a sophomore in college. He ain't looking like no kind of. Caleb has been that guy from day one. And he's on the other side of the spectrum, whereas it, kind of went to his head and he carries himself in a certain way, so on and forth. But he's with a dude that's unlocking all of that. So he's unlocking the talent to go along with just his youthful exuberance and whatever. He gets these 2 dubs against a stalwart Green Bay team having to come back and against this veteran battle-tested Rams team to go on the road into Seattle. Now, of course, it's going to be advanced Seattle. I ain't getting crazy with it. And why Caleb doing me like that? Hold on a second. Why he throwing interception like that? He just threw it right to 14. I'm calling him the number 1 stunner, and he going to do me like this. First of all, shout out to the big time A right there. Caleb, I'm trying. No, forget trying. I'm not taking back my take. The take is not being taken back in any way, shape, or form. It stays. Okay. Right? That interception, that was just crazy. The first interception he threw was just crazy. So just bad. Like not, I mean. So he's a bit wayward. Okay, and we not, because my man Drake got sacked 5 times, but only had the one, and Drake was fumbling all over the place, so we can't big up him too much either. Okay, they're showing the youthfulness. What I'm showing is this window, this opportunity where that Iron Throne is sitting empty for quarterbacks. It's sitting empty. We don't know. There's no Mahomes boy. There's no T12. There isn't. Josh Allen, as much as he had them there to win the game, we look at it much differently. If that catch is a catch, we're going to look at Josh Allen differently. If that loose ball, jump ball is considered a catch and the Bills win that game, there's a whole different conversation right now we're having about Josh Allen. Josh Allen coming to Foxborough next week to get it on. Right? It didn't go his way. Pass interferences. He had an off game. Caleb looking like he, so, Stat Padford. I got to stop calling him Stat Padford. That's a Rob Parker thing. Shout out to Rob Parker. Shout out to Rob G. Shout out to the whole crew at the Odd Couple. Shout out to Kelvin. All right. We congratulate around here. All good people. Great show. Maybe this, I want one of these guys to take the mantle. Hopefully. They're looking like a Steelers Ravens thing where they just. It's out there. Okay? Not what I want, it's what you earn. Caleb, you're messing up to a certain extent. Okay? You got the 2 picks. A lot of ball game left, right? So it can, that can be in the rear view. Or you can join the 4 interception club. Matt Stafford looked like he wanted to throw another interception. Right off the DB's hand. Let's see the replay. These guys are they're overthrowing these guys. These balls are sailing every which way. Okay, the saga continues. Wu Hey. Wu Tang. Caleb has left. He's left a lot out there. Will he get another opportunity or not? He's gonna get another opportunity because 3 and out for the Rams. All right. Let's take a look now. Other side. Let's go across and look at that M.V.P. Let's look at that M.V.P. Oh, come on. Let me just see. Okay, I can't get it there. Let me just go. Boop, boop. No. Okay, let's see if we can come here. Let's see if we can get it. It looks good. Let's see if we can get it. Been a little too much dead air for my liking on the program. Got to step that up for sure. We ain't messing around here. Hey! So, but we doing some things that's we stepping up, moving from one thing to the next with a lot more to get to because we got a lot of NBA. SandCity, we in the building. We're going to do a quick check to see who's out there with us in television land. Mikasa, Sukasa, come through. Folks, if folks have jumped into the chat comments, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. Your voices are welcome here on SandCity Sports. Okay? So, somebody trying to sign into my Apple account in New York, New York. It ain't me. No! He said they try to sign in New York, New York. Do not allow. Your boy is here. I'm here. I'm here in the peninsula, getting through this wintry weather, doing my passion project. Enjoying myself, appreciative for the holiday, Martin Luther King Day. Greatest generation. Let's go. Let's see how we doing. We good? We good on the Twitters to see how everyone is good? Okay, Twitter is good. Oh! What's going on, Mandigo? I appreciate you on Instagram. I'm glad I checked. I think there's still a place for the old guard. Rodgers, I'm glad you put Rodgers in there. Mahomes, Lamar, and Allen, they just need to have a good D and a run game. And they use the experience they have to diagnose matchups. Yep. Yes, man. Appreciate this. So we got some. My man Mandigo, good buddy Jim Manning from the high school days, played on one of our great football teams here at Barnstable, the 98 team, which was tremendous. I did say Reggie Jackson. Thank you. Said Reggie Jackson. Meant Reggie White in terms of our defensive stalwarts. Good correction there. Need a good D in a run game. All right? And they can use the defense they have to diagnose matchups. Okay, Mahomes, I can rock with. Lamar, I can rock with. Josh Allen, I certainly rock with. Aaron Rodgers, I don't know. And I don't know if that's right. Aaron Rodgers, he's a bit, right? But I'm not saying we don't know who the coach is going to be. So a coach comes in that can unlock. All right, Caleb goes from bad to better, has the Bears moving. Okay, we'll see what he comes up with. Let's see here what he got first and 10. Speaking of the run game, all right, Bears moving the chains. Okay, so, the Matty Stafford over here, we just have 3 and outs. What the heck is going on? These passes are not. We're still going on good. We're still good. All right. Thankfully, folks, I don't know what the heck is going on here. This program is good. We locked in. Right. All right. There's snow going on outside. I don't know what they're doing, folks. The lights just flickered again. Do I need to call Ghostbusters? What do I got to do? I'm thankful that we've been able, because we already got kicked out the once. Thankful that was just a quick boop. That was just a quick boop, and SandCity's here. Look, if they do it again, I'm coming back again. All right, we locked in, passion project. We're doing what we're doing, but we just had another after I got some great points from my homeboy. Came down to the Cape. I remember, grew up originally in Abington, which is out there near the City of Champions in Brockton. Good dude. He's out there in the Midwest doing his thing. I also got to give my man Jim credit. He's a veteran. served this country, if I'm not mistaken, in the Army. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, so appreciate your service. And he just adding that this extra marinade to the conversation. Game I got booted out, but it's coming back on. Okay, Rodgers, Mahomes, Lamar, Allen. I have to say, okay, like Lamar had what you're talking about, because Derrick Henry, so he had a run game. He had a run game but Lamar was injured. But okay, but when he was out there, they had a run game. And by the way, let's also remember, relative to Lamar, it's not his fault that the kicker can't kick a field goal, because the Ravens did everything to win that game. So let's also put that out there, right? Lamar balled out in that game. He balled out down the stretch, balled out. And the Steelers were gifted that game. Now, what you can say in that is what I come back to. Hindsight's 20/20, but it is what it is. Why the heck didn't Harbaugh run a play when they had 12 seconds and Lamar Jackson's your quarterback? Don't give me none of this. Don't give me none of this conservative nonsense. You had another timeout anyway. So as my brother said, and in terms of why the heck the Rams were throwing the ball out of bounds to end the second, because they had no timeouts. So you're just going to throw it out of bounds. Fine. But you had a timeout, and you had the MVP as your quarterback. You should have run some other plays. At least one, if not two. I said what I said. You got 12 seconds. Just make it, you know what I mean? They could have got that kicker closer. They didn't. He missed it, and everything, and it all goes down the train. That's not on Lamar. That's not on Lamar. So in terms of me maybe talking about him vis-a-vis being an empty suit, or certainly he had a down year. But he shined in the bright, high leverage moments and deserved to break through and have another opportunity in the playoffs. He deserved it. He deserved it. The Ravens deserved it. Maybe they were the team that could have, because they played well enough to win that game. Okay. He was out this year. He was off this year. People said he's injured. But Lamar's a guy that has a run game, has a stout defense, and this was just an off year for whatever reason. Okay, but some gas left in the tank, sure. But then with Lamar, he's going to have to be step up big time, because he had an elite coach for his entire career, and now we don't know who he's going to have. So within that transition, he's going to have to be a leader, and not, just go along, get along, shine within somebody else's system. He's going to have to, ensure that this transition. Did they turn the dog on TV off? What the heck? All right, so the TV is on. It's just rebooting. Okay, good. I'm glad that, that was just a quick flicker and it didn't affect anything. Good. We got to stop. It's not, because it's not windy. So I'm wondering why the heck we keep losing power. It's not. It's just snowing. It's just cold. It's not even that cold, frankly. It's not like in the teens. It's in the 20s. Okay. So if Jim comes back, he has any rejoiners. So Lamar, up and down year, it ended on a better note. Joe Burrow, he just got to be on the He's got to be on the field. Okay. Flacco came in and did some things with the weapons that they have. Joe, I just need you on the field. Josh Allen, stop throwing the ball to the other team. And when you throw the ball to your own team, let's have the refs not take it away or call it an interception. Aaron, a little bit longer in the tooth. Some question marks. So I'll take Lamar. I'll take Josh Allen. Patty Mahomes, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Andy Reid's not going anywhere, right? So they'll reload, right? Kelsey's, his better days are behind him. Andy Reid's going to reload. There's no two ways about it. So he's still going to be in the hunt. He's not in the hunt, but he still needs respect on his name. All right, we're in the fourth quarter now, folks. Rams. Okay, Stafford, you're on the big board. Excuse me. Let's see if they can put a drive together. pushing that thing, running the. We're either going to get the status quo. Okay. Stafford, old gunslinger, still out there in the, two-hand touch NFL, can still go out there and do it at a high level because you can't hit him. MVP. But more of a, how shall we say, he's an effort MVP. He efforted his way to the MVP. Right? Just the most important player on one of the best teams. Okay. The Yak Yards, we got something going now. Let's see this. Get this. This is heavy duty Yak. The quick throw, the blown coverage. Go get him. All right. Stafford loses this game. It just validates and reinforces the prevailing narrative about him. He's a rich man's game manager. Right? Talented, he's getting towards the end, kind of on the high end of the, if you will, the senior citizen quarterbacks, which is a thing now in the NFL. All right, Stafford rolling out. Okay. Bobbled down. Matt Stafford, Sam Darnold. Okay. Look at Stafford differently. He has the championship, obviously, Right, Sam Darnold, same conversation. A little bit younger than Stafford, same conversation. He has to break through and get to the Super Bowl. The Seahawks aren't going to make the same mistake that the Vikings did. No, they're not. Okay, Stafford goes out there. Darnold goes out there and loses. He is who we thought he was. It's a nice story. He's a nice guy. Okay, he's not a dude. He's not a dude. Okay, he's a rich man's game manager. Or you go ahead and lead this team and secure this victory. Give yourself a margin, Mr. Stafford. Okay. Yeah, he's all right now. Okay, yeah, he's the MVP. He's the best player in the league. Bar none. And I don't think people think that relative to Matt Stafford. They don't believe he's the best player in the league, bar none. They believe he's the best player on one of the better teams. Most important player on one of the better teams. Nobody believes Matt Stafford's the best player in the league, bar none. Stop that. I shouldn't even said it. What's the ruling here? Plays under review because we keep having this. So it's a first down. Can we see the replay? Okay, his knees down. Yep, knees down, rip the ball out. And again, that's not what we saw yesterday. Yesterday, that was an interception. That wasn't even reviewed. Wild. At least review it, man. They just said, no, Broncos ball. Should have at least went to the booth on that one, for sure. All right, Rams driving. Plenty of time for everybody. But you only scored 20 points both teams all game. Touchdown here goes a long way. We shall see. Further conversation. Is Matt Stafford a Hall of Famer? To me, no. No, he's not a Hall of Famer. If he can get back to the Super Bowl, if he can win another Super Bowl, now I'm thinking about this. But he's not a Hall of Famer. And right? But you got to start thinking about him in that Eli conversation if we get some postseason success this year. Okay? Because Eli, regular season Eli is the antithesis of his brother Peyton. Regular season Eli was super duper mid. But that's not how we remember Eli Manning. We remember him for those 2 duels with Tom Brady where he came out victorious. That's how he's remembered. That's why his name is even whispered in the Super Bowl conversation. Eli Manning doesn't get to 2 Super Bowls, never mind win 2 Super Bowls. He's just Peyton Manning's less talented younger brother. He gets to the big game twice. He wins both of them. It's just a completely different narrative. So Mr. Stafford, Mr. MVP, who has this team rolling, took a shot in the end zone on 3rd and 1, almost picked. McVay going for it, huh? This is big. Wow. McVay strikes because that was make or break right there. He went for he put his chips in the middle, going for it on 4th and 1 when you have the easy field goal. He put his chips in the middle right there. He said, "We ain't." Who's that man right there? It's not. We got to get Mr. McVay on the screen real quick. That was big time. That was big time. 2 running plays that he just dialed them up. What? The 1 running play on the 4th and 1 when you're clearly in field goal range, we ain't taking your field goal. Now you need this extra point. You need it. These have been decisive. Okay, it's time to shift gears. We got to put the... hold on a second. Let's give... But they executed. So let's give Stafford his credit. As a quarterback, we ain't have no fumbles. We ain't had no bumbles. Nothing like that. That right there was big time. That was big time. That's the inflection point of the game. We could have kicked the field goal and took the lead. We don't want your field goal. All right, analytics people, traditionalists, so on and forth, they're going crazy right now. He said, we don't want your field goal. Right? We're gonna get this tub. We're gonna get this touchdown. And they schemed up, they ran, they executed. Stafford leading him, but you know who we got to get on the screen right now. You know we got to get that McVeezy on the screen right now. Wow. Wild. All right. Where's he at? Yes, sir. There goes that man. Let's get our imagery up. What are we saying right now? I know people in LA, Chris and company are feeling it. That's a leader right there. That's one that's somebody that's he talking the talk and walking the walk. Okay. Pressure is back on the Bears. Rams. Long drive, coast to coast. Who knows the most? And they got it done. no, I ain't nowhere near lost for words. But wow, 4th and 1 in field goal range. No, we getting this one. We getting it. One play first down, next play touchdown. It's on. Okay, so Rams defense. Bears are going to try to stay aggressive. Caleb got time. Ain't having it. So this is right. We're just talking about Caleb. Caleb can step up. He can level up right now. All right. Or the Rams can remind everybody why they've been in the Super Bowl conversation from day one. Okay, stout defense, efficient offense, organizational strength and might through the head coach, vis-a-vis the head coach. Let's see. Caleb on the move. Balling. Rams had him. And he just let you know why he's got that wiggle. All right, that's a huge keeper. Bears looking to respond. Okay, Mr. McVay, you made your power move. You made it clear why you are who you are, respected, well compensated. Some instances feared. And your defense is bending. But a long ways to go. Big third down coming up here. Let's see. Going to get it under the 7-minute mark. Okay. You're locked in. I'm locked in. SandCity, we in the building. for the divisional round, NFL, Martin Luther King weekend. Snowing out here in the Commonwealth. Shout out to all the plowers out there and folks keeping the community in order and safe. Look like depends on the spot. We either got 4th and 1 or okay, they got it. They got it. Okay, so we back to this mano a mano. Rams made a statement. Bears are looking to respond. This one comes down to the wire. Okay. Caleb got time. Got a catch. Incomplete. Okay. Let's see. See where we're at. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Out of bounds it goes. Let's check in. No, wrong one. Let's get the right one. Okay. Yes, sir. It's a big out route into the red zone. Bears looking to respond. Okay, pitch. Couple yards up the gut. But hey, I feel a little bit better with what I was saying about Mr. Caleb Williams. I feel, put together a tremendous drive here. Now, it's not tremendous because they haven't scored a touchdown. But he's got them on the doorstep to respond to Sean McVay's power move. So let's see. Power running game got him to the. All right, so where are we at? 418. Okay. Chicago, Chi-Town, this is their moment. This is their chance. Got to execute. Tie this game back up. Shift it back to the Rams. 3rd and goal. Got 2 cracks at it. This is a Matt LaFleur situation, right? This is where people say, why'd you take the field goal instead of going for it? And you didn't get the ball back. He jumped up. He got knocked down. All right, Ben Johnson going for it, as he should. You don't know if you're going to get the ball back. Here we go. It's in the balance, folks. Let's get it. No, sir. Tried it inside. Not even close. Did not see that inside linebacker. Just waiting on it. That could have been a pick six. Right? Like that's not a Russell Wilson interception where Butler just makes an incredible play on the ball. And that Caleb Williams did not identify the linebacker that was just sitting on the inside of that crossing route. Because if he saw him there, he wouldn't have thrown it. Because that guy, he just stepped right in and no. Whereas he could have stepped in and it would have been a shoestring. He could have just stepped in and caught it and charged the other way. So that wasn't good. That wasn't close. All right, as we go back, having the ball now in the Rams' hands, buried, but with a chance to put this away. You get a couple first downs, game's over. So Rams got the chance to, they got the opportunity to seal the deal. Seal the deal. Okay, let's keep things active here as we tune in. I want to just make sure everybody's good. Go across the board. Our socials are good. I appreciate the check-ins. Watching the game. We're enjoying our weekend, our long weekend. Martin Luther King Day weekend. In SandCity, we in the building, man. It's a passion project. So it's a beautiful thing. Saw McVay, he's going to be aggressive. Obviously, not going to go for a fourth down, when you could just bury them and trust your defense to win this doggone game. But I just think about how the Patriots down the stretch, they just got physical and ran over the Texans. They just started bogarting. Okay, obviously, first thing is you got to get the ball out of the end zone, which they have done. And now you got to get this first down. You got to get the first down so you can get the second, third, and the fourth, and the fifth. Okay? All right. So they got the first one. Let's see if they can move on and get the second, third, and fourth, and fifth. Guess the Bears used that first timeout. Oh, no. Got knocked out of bounds. Bears don't have to burn another timeout. That's the first down. Just a completely broke. And this, folks, you've been hearing rumblings. I've been hearing rumblings. The Bears defense, not so stout. Not so stout, as was evident on that play. You burn timeouts, trying to bury these guys. You let them get it all in one possession. So now you got to start again. And, of course, they're running the ball right into you. Folks, we are hanging in there, folks. SandCity, I'm just letting you know, man. I don't know what's going on. We are getting some power surges. It's not great. I don't want to be without power. We're holding on. We're hanging on. But I'm just letting you know, folks. Cape Cod Kid is here. I cannot see what's going on with the game because of the power surges. Just keep it 100 with you. I'm keeping it 100. I'm thankful for the internet that is just skipping over these power surges, but it continues to knock out the television. And I wondering what I don't know. Are people just using so much heat because of I don't know. I'm thankful that the internet has been consistent in this second wave of flickering. I'm super duper thankful. And just aside from that, yeah, keep it moving and grooving. Let me go to the game cast. Yeah, Gamecast. Attention, please. All right, so it's 4th and 7. Looks like the Rams. Yep, Rams are gonna punt it away. Give the Bears another opportunity. So they forced a 4th down. They got 2 minutes to get this thing done. 2 minutes to get this thing done. And maybe, hopefully, the television will be back on. We don't know. But okay. Bears did what they had to do. They got the stop. Put it back in Caleb's hands. And you're going to get an opportunity to shine or not shine. All right. He's going to shine or he's not going to shine. TV timeout. Okay, let's we're going to stay active, of course, as the Bears and Rams come down the home stretch. Concluding, right? All righty, let's. Interesting. As I hear the plows go by outside, let's see where we're at here. Okay. Gonna take some time for the game. Looks like we're at a TV timeout.